Come we go down, come we go down, come we go down, I saw last market.
I challenge any labor right to come out and speak against the corruption that is happening in the administration. Not one of them can come and speak out against corruption because they know that corruption is one of the building blocks of the administration. I challenge any labor right to come out and speak against the corruption that is happening in the administration. Not one of them can come and speak out against corruption because they know that corruption is one of the
Hi, Christina. Good night. Oh my goodness. No, man. Whoa. What a night. Welcome again, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Mm-hmm. Tap on the screen on YouTube. As I come in, just double tap the phone screen. So we don't have to talk about that for the rest of the night. Let me see where Mark Golding put out or something to that right here.
Greetings. Hurricane Melissa, which hit Jamaica on October 28th, 2025, dealt us a terrible blow. And rebuilding the country, especially in Western Jamaica, after the loss and damage caused by that climate-related hurricane, which I think generally it's accepted as being a climate change-related hurricane, is going to cost our country billions of dollars. The general estimate, the approved official estimate of the value of the damage done to Jamaica's physical assets, private and public assets, is 8.8 billion US dollars. I think it was in December the government announced a package of financing from multilateral institutions totaling $6.7 billion to help to finance Jamaica's recovery. Now, 2.4 or thereabouts of that is really money that hasn't been committed yet. It's money that they hope to be able to attract from private sector investors in projects in Jamaica. So we don't really know whether or not that will transpire. But there was 700 million from the existing disaster financing mechanisms that we've heard about, the catastrophe bond, the CRIF insurance arrangement, the various funds that are established under our laws and funded by the budget each year. And those total around $700 million. And that means about $3.4 billion of new sovereign debt that Jamaica may be borrowing to finance our recovery.
Whoa.
Now,
When I hear
I think
that,
it's important to recognize that the rate of interest on that, which has not been announced yet, but at current rates would be in the region of 6 to 7%, because the base rate in international lending is now at around 5.3%, and there'd typically be a margin for country risk and other factors of another 1% or so, taking our borrowing cost to somewhere between 6 and 7%. On $3.4 billion, that's a lot of money that we have to find each year
Holy
just to
money.
pay the interest on those loans. And I wanted to mention that there are creative mechanisms which are emerging as a result of the call for climate justice. Climate justice meaning that countries like Jamaica have really made little or no contribution to the global warming that is causing change in our climate. Vast majority of the contribution to global warming has come from the big countries, the wealthier countries, which industrialized over the last 2 centuries and contributed so much of the kind of polluting gases that are the reason behind climate change. So that creates a justice issue, because we are the ones bearing the brunt of the effects of climate change, while others, wealthier than us, are the ones who have contributed most to the cause of climate change. And because of that climate injustice, there have been various mechanisms developed in recent years that help countries like Jamaica finance the recovery from climate disasters. Barbados led the way in 2022 with a debt swap, which they were helped with by the IDB, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the Nature Conservancy, who put up a guarantee for some new borrowing by Barbados, 150 million US, which they used to pay out existing loans that Barbados had, bonds on the market, which were at market rates of interest and were much higher than was desirable to finance this type of activity. And the new borrowings were at much lower rates because of the credit enhancement, the support, the guarantee provided by the IDB and the Nature Conservancy. And that difference in the borrowing cost between the old debt that was being retired and the new borrowings was sufficient to fund 50 million US over 15 years, which Barbados committed to putting into a conservancy fund to be spent on preserving the environment in Barbados, in particular marine-related activities there. So that's the sort of thing we should be looking at doing to try and reduce the cost to the country of the type of investments that have to be made in order to address the costs of climate disasters, which we are going to be suffering, it looks like, almost every year. Hopefully not every year, but we can assume there'll be more to come. So there are some other mechanisms along these lines which have emerged recently, which Jamaica must be exploring. The Fund for Responding to Loss or Damage, the FRLD, was set up under the COP process, which is the international process for trying to get to grips with this threat of climate change. And this fund, the Fund for Responding to Loss and Damage, provides grants, not loans, money that doesn't have to be repaid, in other words, to countries like Jamaica that are unfairly, in a sense, burdened by the costs of addressing the losses and damage from climate disasters in this time of climate change. We should be looking to try and withdraw down funds from that fund. There's also the so-called Climate Vulnerable Forum, which has been set up on the V20, is a mechanism where partners who have loans to Jamaica could be approached to forgive or cancel existing bilateral loans, meaning loans from one country to another, in our case from, say, a development partner country to Jamaica. And we would commit in exchange for that debt forgiveness to putting a similar amount of money in an expenditure plan around building resilience to climate change, so that instead of paying back sovereign debt with interest, we're investing in stronger coastal arrangements, river training, fixing our gullies, and dealing with our road network in a way to make it more resilient, housing issues and that sort of thing. And then there's the Green Climate Fund, which is another one of these windows where you can draw down loans at very low rates of interest, 0 to 1%, for financing climate resilience projects. And that's, again, something that we would love to see Jamaica explore and maximize. I raise these things because if we're going into a new era of heavy borrowing because of the problems caused by Melissa, we have to do it in a way that doesn't burden us unduly with the cost of carrying much more debt in the years to come, because we've spent the last 15 years trying to get ourselves out of that problem. And we must leverage the fact that climate justice demands that a country like Jamaica, faced with the problems that we now have, be given fullest access to these types of facilities. This is not old style thinking. This is current and modern and futuristic thinking, and Jamaica must be ahead of the curve in that regard.
You're sensible talking? The people of Jamaica deny a good leader. I don't know why not no good. And today I was scrolling and listening to a platform. And the young lady was so outraged talking about Mia Mottley interfering in other countries' matters and want to downgrade the Prime Minister of Jamaica, who is doing the best in the Caribbean. And me listening, I say, no, me know so we're not going to make it, people. We're going to be same place where we are, because what is the sense of some of us seeing truth while these people have their supporters who are hell-bent? Nothing with the corruption. You know what some of them I say? A lie the Auditor General I tell. They say the Auditor General working for the PNP and his lie she tell from the JLP government. So how we are going to get nowhere? How are we going to reach anywhere? How we are going to reach anywhere? How? Hi, Neo.
Hi, beloved.
Good night. How you do?
I am so good. How are you?
I am great. Let me get some more volume, I think. Hold on.
I like how you asked the question, how we're going to get anywhere, and I love the point you touched on with that young lady. Because I also know a very similar one in the same position, where our family is JLP, and what has happened is that she was able to get free college tuition. Now, they're not wealthy, but they're not poor. They're a little bit off. And she was able to go to college because of connection with the JLP, correct?
Yeah.
And thus going to college now, she's in the position where working for the government, you're going to have a little bit above the normal persons in paycheck, meaning you're above the 100,000. And thus, be able to live a little bit comfortable, worse if you're living with parents who love you. You'll have your room, you'll have an extra money you may save to buy a car. You may go out with your girlfriend them on Friday to have a little meal. You may go on the North Coast if you save enough after a couple months, and therefore life is not that wrenching for you. Thus, anytime persons come and talk about Mr. Andrew Holness, you will find this person attacking you and saying he's the best. Reason being, they're not living like the poor who have to eat piece of chicken back and dumpling tonight. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, but I'm just making an example. They don't know what dumpling and chicken back is like.
Yeah.
They are poor. And so when you address problem that affecting the country, they don't see anything wrong with it. And you are the problem because I was able to use the system and I was able to get ahead, not recognizing, they don't recognize that there are people who don't have access. They're gatekeepers, meaning that there are persons who know there's a job opening 2 miles down the road and they don't come and tell the young man them who sit on the corner. They may go tell their nephew alone and their nephew don't want it. And then this young man sitting on the corner never know saying could have gotten a job down at Mega Mart because there was 2 job opening. And yet when the young man now is on the corner, so you know say things are them say no worthless and worthless because guess what? The Mega Mart was it, but no one did inform them. And so whenever you point anything that's negative, anything that's corrupt to them, you are the problem. Are you lazy? Are you no ambition? Not recognizing their way they are because of connection and links.
I see your point. So that drive is to some of them recipe on the social media platform.
Yes. Yes. With a little college degree, they think that they're now middle class. Because I can go into Price Mart or Mega Mart and spend $40,000. And Mr. Man only can go downtown and try to get little scrap without $5,000. And that is the class problem that Jamaica face, where we who have a little funds don't understand it. I am so grateful of my upbringing. I tell person said one other thing I'm proud of myself. If life should box me down the right way, I am so proud of me. I mean dumpling and butter. I have no problem with it.
Me too.
Because I know what that was like.
Me never
before I can eat chicken. I never think I'm ashamed to go back to that. So therefore, when a person come to me and said they are hungry, I understand the concept. Even if I can buy myself a KFC, I understand it because I was once there. And I am grateful for that experience. But you have some of them who have never been to that level because parents cushion them. And thus they become adult who they went to college and by that time they would have their look of money, can buy a little snack and everything. Where they didn't know that there were some persons who went to college, couldn't even buy a bag juice. The last money that they have was free to go and come, and then if they have food at home, eat what is at home. And so you can never, as you just said a while ago, it's hopeless, this is true. You can never rebuke or correct because you will be the problem.
What a sad state. Let me go read something for you. And I want you to tell me if then, with what you just said, and those who are get the opportunity to go to college, who get the opportunity to go to college, are they not educated enough and they don't feel embarrassed when they see a headline says ugly political record? Holness administration set record for scandalous top-level resignation and dismissal. Ugly record. First prime minister to be found by the court to have act unconstitutional.
Oh, they're not bothered by that. You know why? Because they're gonna go into a time where they were never born, and so the PNP was one time corrupt also.
All right, so then
So even though they're the worst.
All right, so we agree. All right, the PNP is corrupt. So make we say that go. So all right, the first prime minister to be found by the court to have act against the public policy. Is that true?
Yes.
So how would they defend that?
They will not defend it. They will still go back with their ignorant self and still say that PNP was in power for 8 years and blah, blah, blah. You see, the problem you're having, as I ask the first question is, how is it that these people go to college? And one of the things I tell a person that college turn a human being into is a researcher. Because the first thing is that whenever you present an article or you're going to write a paper, you have to make sure that your sources are correct. You can't just think out of your own head and write a paper to a professor. You have to research it. You have to back it with research that was once done. Therefore, college teaches an individual how to research properly and how to cite where they got the information from. These persons, while they were in college, the only thing they could have done was cut and paste. They don't even have a concept. As I tell person, most of them don't do their work by themselves. They have other person doing it for them. Or, let's say I went through college and I've done the paper before, they would ask me for that paper, tweeting it a little bit and presenting as there. They're not smart. They can't critical think on their own. They cannot. That is why if you ask them thought-provoking question in their present, it's the hardest thing to get a positive response from them. As a matter of fact, if they can't answer you, they're going to defensive mode and start cuss you off. Or even twist the argument to something that make no sense on what the topic you're talking about.
I see them, so then still, you know them for true. So the next question, I want you to answer it and tell me. The first political leader to have issued signed and undated resignation letter to his member of the upper house. How would they answer that?
They would answer it in the term of, well, at least he's doing the right thing. At least that. So to them, the action of writing a resignation letter because of corruption that allows you to lose your post. They did not see what wrong with the corruption that was done. They're now going to give the persons credit for making the right move, not recognizing the damage that was previously done in order for you to resign. And then they will back it and say, well, at least he's resigning. You get the idea?
That's what they
will never address that. Oh my God, okay, so he thief $800 million. That is so bad. No, that's not the problem. The problem is, okay, I resign. There's nothing wrong with it. See it, I resign. We have an IQ problem in this country. Trust me.
Yeah.
We're thinking correctly, gone through the wind. And that is why you said it is gone. It is gone for real. Because these young people that we are now breeding, are rearing, are developing to become adult, they don't know what it's like to use the brain.
They don't
and
know.
if you push them too hard, it's like they're going into insanity.
Truth. So next question. First Prime Minister to take the state which he lead to court. How would they answer that?
I guess you're asking them a question that is so challenging. They would not even understand what does it mean for him to take the country to court. Because to them, they will never be able to fathom it.
So they don't
They will scratch them head. How can a boss who run a country turn around and take that very same company that you're running to court? They cannot understand that concept.
So the
because in truth, that should have never been a concept to try fathom or understand.
So you're saying
because
to me,
you're the one running the country. How is it then you are the one? But you know the reason why you're bringing the company to court? Because there are persons in that institution who hold you accountable. And because you refuse to stand that ground, you're trying to use defensive mechanism by saying that you're innocent. And if I'm not even innocent, at least have someone above authority to give me a good name.
So you believe the Labour and Hood can answer it?
They wouldn't be able to. They don't understand the concept.
You think they could answer this one? First political leader to have a statutory decoration and certify for more than a year. And we know it will go 4 years now or more.
Why are you confusing the people that would even word like statutory decoration?
Then there's something out that is...
They don't know what that is. They're using big words and they were like...
Let me break it down. No, let me break it down. Okay. So first political leader who is not certified for more than a year. So leave out the other one. All right. So I'm not file him annual report as how he should have done to. So that is it. Over 4 years now it going. He's not certified.
So in other words, he has not filed tax to show exactly that how much he got paid and then what was the return.
So could you explain it in a
And
more
as I
simpler?
said,
Please
they
explain
don't
it.
understand that concept.
Please.
A matter of fact, they would have to dig up. But in truth, it tells you that he's afraid to expose his asset, which if he does, he will not be able to show the accurate, which is the right. And then if he does, then they're going to ask, sir, how do you come to that amount? How is it that you're ranging in the billions? Can you please show me your stocks and bonds and how that stock has risen over 200% in such a short time? And matter of fact, is it an inside deal? Meaning, for example, Caribbean boilers. Was there something that was implemented that you went on a stake hole and buy a share knowing that in less than a year or two, that stock or that asset would have grown 50% or 100? And if that happened, that means it's inside trade.
Yeah.
And that is corruption. So therefore, he has the right to hide all of these information, because if he exposes himself, then you're going to realize that he's one of the wealthiest person in Jamaica. And a prime minister cannot become that wealthy, because it's not as if he's Mr. Bush Stewart. He's the prime minister.
But me see one man I say my profit down a Mandeville say nothing wrong for the prime minister having to have it. So for sure say the arrogance of them. Not saying he couldn't have it, but he can't show how he get it. That's where the problem is. That's the country we live in.
Remember now, there was an alleged allegation of last year that it's not factual, but it was stated that this man has 29 bank accounts.
28.
And in each of these bank accounts, there are more than $1 million. Can you even wrap your mind around that as a simple Jamaican?
Please explain. Hold on here. Please explain to the people the million which dollar. You're Jamaican or Canadian? Or US?
It's US.
Okay,
it's US.
You may go say million and anything at Jamaican. Can remember you tell me so they cannot
come. It's US. It's US dollars. It's US. And that is why I said even a simple Jamaican, if they even have $10,000 by Friday, come then drop back out leave $500. You're going to tell them that the prime minister that run the country allegedly has 28 accounts and they are over $1 million in each of them. That make no sense.
But they come back out and say none in some of them some account where they close and some certain, but at least they may have them. They may have them at some point though.
So what you do with 29? You should have at least have 5, the most.
Well, that's it too. He is the first prime minister to have more than 5 bank accounts.
20?
28.
At least I would have accepted 10. But 20, that's corruption.
Him not need 10 bank account neither.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But beloved, as I said, that is why even when we're here reasoning and persons come on the platform, they have such an hard time because persons are not using that which they have, a brain.
All right, next one.
And that's why even this man, when you were talking about, how was it, baptism?
No, I watch.
The concept.
Yeah, the concept.
Yeah. And the concept of a person using the word, I baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That those are 3 titles. They are not names. They are 3 titles. And the word name was not names. It's not plural. It's singular. So therefore, you baptize in a singular name, not plural for 3 titles. And you were bringing across that there's an error there. And yet this gentleman, I don't know where he came from, started to harass and started to say one load of foolishness like, do you believe? What is belief? I mean, for God's sake, you come on a platform asking somebody what is belief?
Yeah.
So go use ChatGPT for God's sake, man, and come off of this. I hate when people ask. That is why most of the time I'm in public, persons think I'm anti-social. I'm not. I don't like to be around stupid persons who ask me something that the common sense should have told them the answer. But yeah, it was simple stuff like that, and I don't know. It is hopeless, as we say. And the country will forever suffer brain drain because we have those like us who are here now.
Let me ask you
The only reason why we pause right now because the embassy closed. Wait till it open back again.
Yeah, true, man. Listen this now. The first prime minister, the first prime minister to have more than 3 ministerial portfolio. How does the Labour right answer that?
You know, you literally said to set me up because you know very well that there's no way one person or one pastor should be carrying so many heads or so many positions.
No way. And you
His
can't.
main focus should be a pastor. Your main focus should be a prime minister and minister of security. That's it. What about you make you think that you're omnipresent and omnipotent, can carry all the other heads? That tells me that it's corruption. From every angle, it is corruption.
But what may I ask
Because
you?
you're telling me that in the entire Jamaican, you do not see someone qualified. They cannot understand. The question that you're asking me, they will not be able to answer it with a straight face. None of them would answer it honestly. Because to them, they don't see nothing wrong with it. Not family can do it, allow him to do it. They don't see, not even with the wife being the leader of the house. They don't see nothing wrong with that. They don't see what happened when time all meeting over and they go home and start to talk. They don't see anything wrong with it. They don't see it. So all of these first prime ministers question, they will never, a matter of fact, they ask them the second question, they will divert it to a PMP problem. So you wouldn't even get the chance to ask first, second, third, or fourth question. Because they would have bring up another topic just to divert you from what you're trying to ask. They can't answer it. Nor do they choose to answer it or desire to answer it because guess what? They don't see anything wrong with it.
So what would they say?
You're witnessing on the road and you're telling persons that they're a sinner and them are cuss you off talking about them and live their life. What can you do about it?
So if you ask the person, say,
Leave them be.
oh, the prime minister never got the bank or sign up for one bank account and get the bank account without no money and then money going there after that. They couldn't answer no one they neither.
Nope. Nope. If you don't believe me, one day, those same questions they just asked, wait until a JLP comes online and just attempt them with one.
Wonder if any of them are listening to come on tonight.
Just ask them one. And you'll get your answer.
The other one, come on, yeah, they go and tell me which part of my mother I forgot to do.
All right. And that you're a troublemaker.
Yeah. That's all me realize. We say now that them indefensible. But all these things are not no make-up story. It's a report from the Integrity Commission. We make the question them from. So, nobody can say a lie we are telling him. The first political leader to have not fulfilled any of his 100-day promise that he has made. Is that a lie? Asking a labor right. You know, one of them type on my platform today. So, oh, you're a Christian and a preach.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Christian and a preach and you hate the Prime Minister. I say, me not hate the Prime Minister. Good evening, Ashani. Me not hate the Prime Minister. Me highlight the ranks of the Prime Minister and that is what I should rightfully do. Because if I'm a Christian and I'm honest, I must see things honestly. And from where I stand, I'm not seeing him. It's very, very. There's so many wrong stuff going on. There's so many wrong stuff going on, and I can't see why, as a Christian, we sit back and silent and say it's nothing. And when we sit back and say it's nothing, then that makes us a Christian. Instead of come out and say, look, man, this thing is wrong. Jesus never spared the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the ruler them, you know.
Kill him.
Oh? At them him aim for. Because you know, so if you're not going for the higher authority, what you think are going to happen? We must be honest, man. And
You
then,
call them thief right now, them face.
yeah, man. Yes, if you can tell me about Jesus' work, Jesus talk to the ruler them and tell them, all a matter of fact, him use strong language to them. He call them hypocrites.
Them a white sepulchre.
Yeah.
Them rotten inside.
And dead man
Rotten,
bones.
they just look good outside. Yeah, man. They only look good outside. You get dressed up.
Right, so me don't know what to come here come talk about. So me don't know how strange it be when I came here and start talk about the wrong of the party, the wrong of the government. Oh, you have to weigh balance here, Christian. Where is the balance I should weigh? Or what balance am I not weighing? What balance am I not weighing? To talk the truth? Something is wrong with us.
And that is why all of these world leaders are pushing for censorship. You know how many times I'm on TikTok, I'm shadow banned where I make comment on person's video and nobody see it? It does not exist.
Yeah.
Paragraph upon paragraph addressing certain things, and I just see a little shadow come on my comment, and it does. When I use other profile and check, because I have 2 TikTok accounts, when I use the previous one and check for the comment, it does not exist. It doesn't exist. So I recognize they also shadow ban me. Like if I'm strong on certain topics online, they don't want my comment to go out. As a matter of fact, there were times I used to put up video and there was no views. And I'm like, this is weird. Even those who are following me should have at least seen the video. No views.
Oh, I never know them other them things.
So they do shadow ban persons who speak truth. Anyhow you speak truth. Worse if you use the Z one now. Anyhow you speak about the Z. Or you talk about the J right now.
Yeah.
JS, ST and so. They ban you. They shadow ban you.
Nah, they say she got black.
Yeah. You cannot say nothing negative on our Z now. As you say it, you lose your account. It's called anti-Semitic. So you cannot open your mouth and condemn nothing. That you can't.
Well, we know some of them are come down against truth because the devil want lie to prevail and he my father of lies.
But that's how it works. That's why we have a dark age. And person didn't recognize that it was a dark age that destroyed the church the most. Because when you speak truth, all the priests or somebody need to come to and say, you're a witch, You're a child of God with the Spirit of God who may have prayed for someone and then heal and then call you a witch. And there was nothing to refute it. They might kill you. They might kill you because it's what they say stand. It was the same thing with COVID. You could never come on here and tell a person go drink certain bush. Your account, you lose your account.
I almost get black on Facebook when COVID time. And me will put up something about it. Quick, I just done one message come to me to take it down or get some suspension or something them did say. Good night, Caroline. Good night, Claire. Yeah. But they're not to say nothing about it now, though. So I say system set up.
Yeah.
But we now, so you get a chance to listen to the clip when I play with Mark Golden was saying?
I was listening to him, yes.
What you saying?
To me, honestly, it sounds like Jamaica has become an experimental island. Where, as he stated, it seems as all these natural disasters, there's no ending when it comes to us as a country. So anything they suggest, we can look out for anything happen.
So more will come.
Because, I don't know if there was an agreement for us to be an experimental island or whatever was the deal. But the other day we had the first level 5 hurricane. This year we get the first close to snow. Because I swear at one point, I know if you went to Blue Mountain, you possibly look at ice chip will be in the leaf or stuff like
Well,
that.
I see somebody was showing that
Next to going to be
from some
next
part.
what person don't recognize. I was watching a video the other day, beloved.
Mm-hmm.
They were parading Jamaica. I don't know which sport event it was. And they spelled Jamaica G-I-A, Jamaica. And I asked the question, why was Jamaica spelled with Gaia, which is G-I-A, which is Earth Mica? Why is it Earth Mica, where never it was Jamaica, which was wood of land of wood and water, with an X. So who went ahead and spelled it with a G-I-A? And when I read it, the Spirit gave me a download. The Spirit said, they are for prophesying that we will be struck with a nasty earthquake. It is planned for us.
And then we get couple.
It is planned.
We get
Because when I saw the name, I said, why? Gaia, why Gaia? And then I recognize that Gaia has to deal with Earth. If you go online, you will see it. I don't know what event it was. If it was
somebody a caution us to use the term unalive when we attack.
okay. And I was like, they write the real name there, but the gown or the dress that the person was wearing was Giamaicia, and I'm like, that is not Jamaica. But it was a message being sent. Now the small man would have only said, "Oh, what that for?" But the greater persons realize, oh, what confirmation was just done. And as I tell person, always keep an eye out, because as an island country, we're not safe. Right around this is pure water. If anything happens, we don't know if we run, unless we can swim good.
Somebody's saying, Nadi's saying, that's how they spell it in Italian. Where was the function? In here?
I didn't remember fully.
Well, strange things happen and some serious times ahead of us as a people. Because I'm never play about Mark Golding, something when put out again, because some of you don't listen to it good. But I want you not to pay attention to what I say, because when you see him come out and talk, he's a very smart man. Him know what he's saying. The debt then where we're going to end up in. Now go easy for pay.
Greetings. Hurricane Melissa, which hit Jamaica on October 28th, 2025, dealt us a terrible blow. And rebuilding the country, especially in Western Jamaica, after the loss and damage caused by that climate-related hurricane, which I think generally it's accepted as being a climate change-related hurricane, it's going to cost our country billions of dollars. The general estimate, approved official estimate of the value of the damage done to Jamaica's physical assets, private and public assets, is $8.8 billion US. I think it was in December the government announced a package of financing from multilateral institutions totaling $6.7 billion to help to finance Jamaica's recovery. Now, 2.4 or thereabouts of that is really money that hasn't been committed yet. It's money that they hope to be able to attract from private sector investors in projects in Jamaica. So we don't really know whether or not that will transpire. But there was $700 million from the existing disaster financing mechanisms that we've heard about, the catastrophe bond, the CRIF insurance arrangement, the various funds that are established under our laws and funded by the budget each year. And those total around $700 million. And that means about $3.4 billion of new sovereign debt that Jamaica may be borrowing to finance our recovery. Now, I think it's important to recognize that the rate of interest on that, which has not been announced yet, but at current rates would be in the region of 6 to 7%, because the base rate in international lending is now at around 5.3%, and there'd typically be a margin for country risk and other factors of another 1% or so taking our borrowing cost to somewhere between 6 and 7%. On $3.4 billion, that's a lot of money that we have to find each year just to pay the interest on those loans. And I wanted to mention that there are creative mechanisms which are emerging as a result of the call for climate justice. Climate justice meaning that countries like Jamaica have really made little or no contribution to the global warming that is causing change in our climate. Vast majority of the contribution to global warming has come from the big countries, the wealthier countries, which industrialized over the last 2 centuries and contributed so much of the kind of polluting gases that are the reason behind climate change. So that creates a justice issue because we are the ones bearing the brunt of the effects of climate change, while others, wealthier than us, are the ones who have contributed most to the cause of climate change. And because of that climate injustice, there have been various mechanisms developed in recent years that help countries like Jamaica finance the recovery from climate disasters. Barbados led the way in 2022 with a debt swap, which they were helped with by the IDB, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the Nature Conservancy, who put up a guarantee for some new borrowing by Barbados, 150 million US, which they used to pay out existing loans that Barbados had, bonds on the market, which were at market rates of interest and were much higher than was desirable to finance this type of activity. And the new borrowings were at much lower rates because of the credit enhancement, the support, the guarantee provided by the IDB and the Nature Conservancy. And that difference in the borrowing cost between the old debt that was being retired and the new borrowings was sufficient to fund 50 million US over 15 years, which Barbados committed to putting into a conservancy fund to be spent on preserving the environment in Barbados, in particular marine-related activities there. So that's the sort of thing we should be looking at doing to try and reduce the cost to the country of the type of investments that have to be made in order to address the costs of climate disasters.
Then I look on them the kind of something.
It looks like almost every year. Hopefully,
I swingle them, I swingle money. Better than TFC, man.
So there are some other mechanisms along these lines which have emerged recently, which Jamaica must be exploring. The Fund for Responding to Loss or Damage, the FRLD, was set up under the COP process, which is the international process for trying to get to grips with this threat of climate change. And this fund, the Fund for Responding to Loss and Damage, provides grants, not loans, money that doesn't have to be repaid, in other words. The countries like Jamaica that are unfairly, in a sense, burdened by the costs of addressing the losses and damage from climate disasters in this time of climate change. We should be looking to try and withdraw down funds from that fund. There's also the so-called Climate Vulnerable Forum, which has been set up on the V20, is a mechanism where partners who have loans to Jamaica could be approached to forgive or cancel existing bilateral loans, meaning loans from one country to another. In our case, from, say, a development partner country to Jamaica. And we would commit in exchange for that debt forgiveness to putting a similar amount
this
of
is how they have a better
in
leader in our country. Jamaica want to reject it. Right? So to continue with the corruption.
Sovereign debt with interest, we're investing in stronger coastal arrangements, river training, fixing our gullies, and dealing with our road network in a way to make it more resilient, housing issues and that sort of thing. And then there's the Green Climate Fund, which is another one of these windows where you can draw down loans at very low rates of interest, 0 to 1%, for financing climate resilience projects. And that's, again, something that we would love to see Jamaica explore and maximize. I raise these things because if we're going into a new era of heavy borrowing because of the problems caused by Melissa, we have to do it in a way that doesn't burden us unduly with the cost of carrying much more debt in the years to come. because we've spent the last 15 years trying to get ourselves out of that problem. And we must leverage the fact that climate justice demands that a country like Jamaica, faced with the problems that we now have, be given fullest access to these types of facilities. This is not old style thinking. This is current and modern and futuristic thinking. And Jamaica must be ahead of the curve in that regard.
Them not listen to you, Marky G. They not have no plan. Nothing they not have. One bag of nonsense them.
Oh, they're going to borrow. That's all they're going to do.
But when
As Mr. Mark just explained, he said that the climate effect that we're facing as a small island is not from us, because if you realize we don't have any factory that is contributing to the green ozone layer pollution.
Yeah.
You're talking about China, America, and all these crazy giants who are the one that is causing the climate change. Thus, if they're going to be the big industrious complex of the world, they should have a fund in which small islands that are affected get some help. And it's not something that we should pay back because we were not the fault, because Jamaica does not contribute to the climate problem. Even the other day when they asked us to stop use plastic bag, even though yes, our rivers were a little bit, our rivers are really polluted around the island and the sea also.
Yeah.
But it didn't affect it only affect our marine life close by. But we're talking about air pollution, we're talking about methane and all these vast agriculture and all these vast industry companies that literally poured tons of carbon dioxide up in the air. So as Marky was really saying, having these persons giving a stipend for the damage they cause and the millions they have made is just. And also, while we are going to borrow, we're not just supposed to just borrow just like that. But we must borrow in the sense of knowing that we have to pay back and we have to use the money wisely.
And then that will be a problem. Will they use the money wisely? With the whole corruption?
God knows. Each person wants to be the quickest billionaire before them leave. And each person wants to own them yacht.
Yeah.
And them 10-story house.
That a go on. And Daryl Valley say I try Oslo. Because I left next, he said did I go left 27.
I was going to work this morning because I'm up in the mountain. And when I reached Stony Hill, I was so disappointed with the stench I smell in Stony Hill crossing. All I was smelling, I'm talking early morning, after 6, is sewage. And as soon as I was going down Long Lane, it's the same thing again. Right before you reach Manor Park, sewage. And soon as I reach Manor Park and passing Cassava Piece where you have Island Vibe, the restaurant, sewage. And I said, look at this. 5 years ago, you would have never smelled these things. Yet we're so focused on real estate, not recognizing that little from now, the entire place will smell like shit. Because you have this sewage, because even sometimes you're in Stony Hill, the thing literally come running on the road, you know.
Whoa.
Pass in front of the market, you know. Pass, and it has never happened before, and it's now happening. Because of the multiple apartments that they are building.
Oh, I see.
And on Long Lane now, they have 2 massive ones going up right now.
Wow.
And these are problems that nobody's talking about. Nobody's addressing it. I said I was so hungry, man, when it's a cool morning, the breeze blowing and voila, whoop in your face is the stench.
So them not have nobody for come
because I'm enjoying the cold breeze, you know, yes.
So then I know the people them in our area can report him and then come fix it.
I don't know what they're doing. As I said, they said the morning like on Monday morning, you literally see the sewage running on the road. That never used to happen in Stony Hill. Never.
Well, it seems like it's a breakdown all over. I can pay garbage, me see everywhere. Me see people them a light all the garbage on the roadside.
Yes. No, that's what happened for the world. This morning I saw 3 of them. Where the garbage is lit. No, that means they have not been collected. I saw 3 of it this morning. Even one on Agli Park. I was like, what the hell?
It clears run down. The place
You
run
burning
down.
garbage instead of garbage truck come for it. I've never seen this in my life.
All in a town, a Spanish town, them a feel like garbage on the roadside.
Yes. I said even this morning around 3 of it I saw 3 garbage bin lid. 3 of them. I was shocked. I said, no, sir. And what they're simply saying is that they cannot start the week with these things constantly full. It's better than burn it down and start afresh because they were packed. They were filled till their garbage on the ground outside.
And then when you find
so it's best to get some gas and pour in it and then just lid it.
And when they light it and everything, that burn out, so that area becomes stink too, you know.
It's air pollution again. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's air pollution.
Because plastic bag has been burned and all stuff, all shoes, all clothes and all these things.
But
I don't know.
But me don't need that. So alright. So you're saying you want to tell me say the labor right then I say that. Hi Jennifer Brown, I'm good. You're saying to me now, them don't see the truth. And then when you come here and talk the truth, they want to have, oh, you're a Christian, so you're not supposed to talk. So I am seeing these things in my country that I live. And I shouldn't say nothing because I'm a Christian. Well, I am not one of them who is going to sit back and do not speak out. I'm sorry.
Can you imagine, beloved, you have a friend, right? And you call her, you tell her this morning and said, girlfriend, listen, we're going down Mayfair, we're going downtown, correct? You met her in Tree. And when she run come to you, she give you a hug and she started to talk. But when she started to talk, you realize that her breath is stink. Her breath being stink, you can just simply say, sweetie, have you brushed your teeth or something? And she would ask why. And you say, well, the breath is not as fresh as it's supposed to be. She, being your friend, understand the assignment and know that she should either get a mint or ask if you have anything. And the both of you walk away happily knowing that your friend, you have addressed a situation that would have not embarrassed your friend later on. Where, on the other hand, you may have told the young lady, and you said, sweetie, your breath is not that fresh. She turned around and started cuss out the color out of you. And then you end up being ashamed for telling her a problem that later on, somebody who is not that polite, I got turn on and say, make you shut your stinking mouth. And then she may be not recognizing that her breath is bad, cuss out the other person. The last scenario that I give, that's what Jamaica is in. When you tell us our problem, instead of ask if there's a solution or look for a solution, we turn around and cuss out our friend.
And cuss out each
and
other.
And thus, you shouldn't tell me say my mouth stink. Because guess what? My mind, listen to me, it's a mental situation. It's literally an insanity. Because when you're pointing out problems, you know many Jamaican want to come back to this country and make Jamaica become a paradise and build up them nice house and spend them sweet money and drive around and give the young people them one little money if you come cut their land and all of them something there and buy one little fruits when the human will walk on. You know many of them want to come back? And can call in little grandson next door and say, Timmy, run go along the market, go get something for grandma. You know many of them want to come back?
Truth.
And they cannot
Truth.
because of the corruption that is here. A person see you struggling and only watch until Friday come when they get a paycheck, tell themselves that they want it. And what hurt me is that they take it from you and then go buy one class for $15,000. When that could have been your weekly grocery money.
That's what, and then they go beg again. Nadi is saying she don't think that's the way you should address the person if their mouth smell bad. You should you should ask them if they want a mint.
Now, I was just creating a scenario. But as I said, the first one stated that you would have addressed your friend in a proper way. You'd have asked her, sweetie, did you brush up or anything? We know how to talk to our friends, and no matter how they come to us, we were never offensive by whatever they said. Because we know that when they come at us, it's true love.
All right, so I'm going to put it in the right way so everybody understands, so we don't make nobody feel bad. Let's use a scenario. So you go out with your friend, and your friend breaks smell bad. How is the proper way? Especially, all right, so let's say you invite me out, Neo, and when I come, and when you meet, I say, meet me down by Crossroad. We're going to, where theater name again?
Carib 5.
Yeah, we're going to Carib 5, and you know, we're going to, maybe in a smell it then till when we're in a Carib 5 and we sit down beside one another, and you smell some breath bad. What you would have said to me?
Normally, is it one? I would straight up, I would not literally hotter like, beloved, your mouth stinking. I would never use that tone.
So tell
but
me.
I would use words like, sweetie, have you brushed this morning? Because it will automatically triggers a conversation, and you're going to ask like, why? And I would say, your bread is not as fresh as it should be. And I would do it with a smile, a little charismatic, so you know I'm not coming out harsh to shame you. And if I have a sweet or anything, I'll just hand one to you and say, suck on this one for me, please.
But let us be reasonable.
So the tone, it would be the tone I'll use, but I will be direct. I'm not gonna go around, I will be direct, but not in an insulting way where no one hear or anything. Matter of fact, I will do it mostly under a nod and whisper.
But let me say this to you though. Let's say you invite that young lady out for the first time, and wouldn't that be a turn off?
It would be. Because going out, you'd have checked yourself before you go out.
Because
even I make sure that
what me
I make
too.
sure try brush the tongue all 2 times.
That's what me think too. I believe if you're going to go out as a female, I'm glad you come across. Let me just address it. If any of you here and you're going out on a date, dinner date, whatever it may be, and you know you got, as a matter of fact, you're not supposed to make sure so your bread fresh. That shouldn't be that you have to go out and somebody have to tell us your bread should have fresh. You're not even saying make you buy 2 ice mint. And then let me give a little advice if you have bad breath. It's a simple formula, and any of you on this live tonight and may have bad breath and trying to get rid of it, I think bad breath is called halitosis. Hear me tonight and listen to Antigen. Buy yourself a bottle of peroxide and a pack of baking soda, and use that for a while, and come back here next week this time and tell me if your mouth not start to smell fresh. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, if you have that, and you need to talk to your dentist. What could have caused that bad breath? Because sometimes it is ailment in the body that send you a signal. So there's a lot of things could be going on. Some of us will acknowledge what is happening in our body, and that's one of the things. You shouldn't be going out in no way that you have to talk into someone's face and they have to smell your breath. Good night, Clive. Well, Neil, you don't have to have that problem with me. I can't tell you that, guy.
I try to walk on the very same line, even making sure I always have an extra mint. Even when I'm coming off work,
hey, me never watch me. Watch me. See my peppermint here? Let me tell you something, man. This I wanna. Me never tell nobody about this yet. This I even wanna. And I don't have bad breath, so that's number one. I don't have bad breath, but I still like to know that when I speak in someone's face, my breath not stink. So you're not going to find that with me. If even when I'm leaving my house, most time I just put a little tip of this peppermint, just like this. I just do like this and do like this. And let me tell you something, man. My breath, my mouth is like peppermint. You hear? Even that, and that lasts for a long while.
I am Mr. Listerine.
So I can tell you, if you have bad teeth in your mouth, and you have any bad breath, and you use the peroxide with baking powder, come back and tell me about it next week. Well, some people now no money for go dentist, for go flash and then something. I'm giving them a simple home remedy. It worked. But that was a good little piece of hygiene lesson for the class tonight. I don't know when I come on this. I don't know when I come on this channel. Why it turn anyway now, but I'm not gonna learn something, so I don't have to worry.
Yeah, but as I stated, I don't know what can be done for us as a people at this point.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Because I see this headline with Daryl Valls. Him claims that him are the minister. That these people don't know the law of the land. He claimed that hold on. As the minister of him have the right about the Starlink. What they are saying, no, there's a way in which it should be done, and him still not accepting that, you know. So shouldn't they take him to court?
Yep. I saw it, but I didn't fully read up on it, and I was like, whoa.
Still a whole
so Mr. Valls knows it, and I said he should be ashamed of himself.
Him not none. Shame tree dead. You know your Peter Bunty say shame tree dead up at Belmont Road.
Yeah, man.
So another thing I say flirting around, I don't know if you take interest in it, is that I see the labor at them a cuss out Mia Motley. Have you observed that thing? Because she came out and said, all right, so what was really happening is that her opponent is saying she had take advice from the Jamaica Labour Party. And she came back out and said, no, she not take no advice from Jamaica Labour Party, because the only party in Jamaica that they have is our friend is the People's National Party. And the Labour right then upon live today, I give her a piece of cussing. Then give her a piece of cussing.
They are going to do that, you know, but as I said, for Miss Mia, from the very day she speak at United Nations Assembly, that lady has won my attention. The way she stand up in front of those big boys and represented the Caribbean island, I was so pleased with her. And all she does is offer advice, and as I said, there's a lady who's offering advice and we refuse it. Whenever she speak with power and clarity. And the fact is that if she's speaking, at one point person was saying that she should have been the one who is in charge of the Caribbean island, the only prime minister, because this lady mean business. And if she's giving counsel, and they're saying that it literally cement everything that we're saying tonight. There's no turning back for these people. There's no turning back for them. They're not part of destruction that no one can save them except themselves, and they do not wish to be saved.
Yeah, I want to play this little clip from, I want you to listen to this.
Second, when I look at the Jamaica Constabulary Force, I look at 4 types of policemen. Number 1, that honest, hard-working professional, who's the kind of policeman we want. Secondly, we have the policemen who I say are retired on the job. They're just ambling on. policeman who I described, who uses the police force as his hobby. And then, fourth one, the corrupt, who is actively working against, number one, the hard-working, honest, professional police officers.
But let's take a look at CTOC first, because CTOC was the successor to two organizations that had been amalgamated. That's the Flying Squad and the Organized Crime Investigation Division, OCID, that at the time had to be reorganized, dismantled, put into CTOC now. And we had CTOC with a mandate to tackle organized and transnational crime,
Hi, Clive
financial
Williams.
cybercrime, human trafficking, gang leadership structures, and high-risk, high-value investigations. That's a lot of responsibility to put on this grouping. Did they get more latitude, you felt, than other branches of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, even though you believe the beat cop was as elite as those within CTOC?
You know, again, we're going back to the word elite, and I consider when we have the kind of force that we want, every policeman ought to be elite, right? The fact of the matter is, there has to be changes from time to time as the landscape and the threat changes. I come back to the point, I don't know whether this was something contemplated and it's just being put into effect because of this has happened now, or whatever it is. But criminality is interconnected, all its strands of criminality. It's interrelated, it is sophisticated, and what we have done, or what the commission has done, is that he has fused the investigative arms. So what you get out of this one unit under one command is a fusion center. So we don't have silos. One group investigating gun crimes, one investigating drugs, when in fact drugs and guns are interrelated. You see, and then you have competition between agencies and we miss things. So, you know, a lot of questions naturally are being asked. But I'm looking at the outcome. Is it good or is it bad?
All right.
In terms of the information.
Let's put in context then how we got here, and then I'll ask you about the outcome, because we're now at a situation where there was a drug scandal at CTOC, a drug scandal that began in early 2026 and deepened significantly in the following weeks. On January 8th, Detective Inspector Martin Walker, a long-serving member of CTOC, was intercepted with 5.8 kilograms of cocaine, roughly at the value of 3.5 million Jamaican dollars. He's since been charged. After that, there was an audit of CTOC, took a look at their storage units and saw 2 additional parcels of cocaine there. And when Walker had been held by the police, he reportedly told fellow officers the car can't search, warning that if they proceeded, too much people are going to expose, raising and fueling suspicions that is a wider ring of corruption within that branch. Is that then the impetus for what we're seeing now, or did you believe that this only hastened it, but some of this was already coming?
It could be one or the other, but let me make a case, or make a point, that every police and law enforcement agency worldwide have had their low moments when some of their officers do things they shouldn't do. Now, the question that we must face is, what are the mechanisms we have in place to discover and to weed out? And that, I think, is the important question, because these things are going to happen.
Pause it a minute.
That's happened before, it will happen again.
You see what I just tell you a while ago concerning them, how they pick up for stuff?
Yeah.
The lady asked him first, the arm that was created to find corruption, do they have the latitude, meaning they have the range or the umbrella to cover all area? And if they do, at what point do they themselves be checked out if they are corrupted, correct?
Yeah.
Then he was trying to go around that there's police, they're not all elite, and if they're elite, every single one should be perfect. That is why he used the word elite with them. Saying that it's not a one team, but everyone should be considered perfect. Good?
Yeah.
Then the lady now create a scenario in which they found one of the elite with cocaine, about to search, and then in return, the man said, listen, you can't search this because if you do it, and me alone in this time, more person will go down with me. When now the lady now asks him to answer that, you went on and I say, corruption, they're all over the world. The same thing I'm trying to tell you, that when you ask them questions, it's go right back to other problems. He couldn't answer it, you know. But instead, corruption, they're all over the world. I'm sick and tired of them.
Fergie, good
I'm
night.
tired of them.
I'm tired of them too, man. I'm tired of them too. You're not, well, as I say in my opening statement, me no see no answer. I don't see no answer for the country at this time. It's sad, so we have to just go and live with what happened because I don't see no answer. Because these are people, you know, we should have come out and not say, well, it is wrong. They might go around it wrong.
That is it.
So, oh, we're
That is it.
So now we're getting no better. And when as we said before, the younger generation have come up with a dirty, corrupt mentality too.
Same way. Same way. If bigger food can't get her with it, why me can't get her with it?
And if Andrew can't corrupt, why me can't do it too?
Exactly. And what make it worse now, and him alone do it, him get a little groupie, make it even worse.
Yeah.
Because now each of them will protect each other back. And if one fall, all fall, so they will protect each other. Plus, if they're at a station and they're doing an investigation at the station, they have to cover each other back. It's a clique.
Yeah.
And therefore, whatever loose end is there that needed to be closed, them have to do it.
Why? In nation
So how
gone.
corruption top? And how are you fighting corruption when you're corrupt? It make no sense.
Make no sense. No sense. I'm glad they don't listen to it and hear the very thing we were talking about, and that's why I play the clip now. As I see the clip myself, I play it. It's the very same thing. It's happening. And it's happening in high places. It's just like today we had a conversation talking about even the case with Julian Silvera. In all fairness, I understand him make a plea deal and I understand what it is. But you know they shouldn't accept a plea deal for him. Me tell you why. Don't tell me that don't tell me that beyond a doubt. They could have gone to the court and established that the man did a try to conceal evidence. Remember, you know, the man take out the tile, you know. The man paint over the place. The man change the bed. The man do all kind of something. Isn't that a good evidence in the court?
Manslaughter charge?
No, matter.
I even get a point to realize that this gentleman may not even do not even 2 months in prison.
Not talk so man.
I was shocked. All he would do pay a fine and he's released. All he will do is pay for a fine and I said, you're kidding me. I said, yes. So when I was telling you the other night that he could possibly get 5 years, he can get less than 5 years.
So that
he
is
can get less than manslaughter.
So that
and
is
the way I was reading how the court grant him the manslaughter case, they were creating a case against him, simply saying that enough evidence was not there. His word against the dead body. Thus, they have to take his record. Because guess what? The lady can't come and justify herself and say what happened. So anything he accused the lady of, we have to run with it. And the first accusation he said about the lady was that the lady angers him by telling him about his child and being dead. So automatically now he started to play on the court emotion, that he was emotional about his child. Simple saying, I love my children enough and you cannot talk about my children because if you get me talking about my children, you get me. Bullshit.
So Neil, the family can get their own lawyer.
The family can get their own lawyer. But right now, the court has accepted the manslaughter plea.
So can it be a
And thus, the only way the family can counter whatever penalty or whatever sentence is given is if the sentence is less than they desire. So if they give this man a 3 here, they can counteract it. But then again, if they counteract it, they need more evidence to prove that this man literally did it willingly.
Then come on now near 3 shot?
Yeah.
It's sort of puzzle me though. I can't see how this man a get away.
That's what everybody asks. It literally makes no sense.
It just can't add up.
1 is okay. 2 was a buck up, but 3?
That me I say too?
3. Remember I squeeze the thing, you know. Boy. I saw you angry, and then the quote don't look at and said, if you were angry or in rage and you commit that, can you imagine what happened next time again? You could possibly take your children's life and then put him in a manslaughter. Tell us I don't care.
And then I let him out back in our society when me do worse.
Exactly, with anger.
Something half virgin. Oh boy. We live in a one corrupt society. And it seems like when you have money, you can play the game well. The corruption game. Good night, Con Henry. The corruption game, when you have money, you can play it well in Jamaica. Same like the SSL case. I want to go on with SSL.
But the Bible said, money answers everything.
Yeah, money answer everything. Money answer
everybody.
Yeah.
If you're not a child of God, anybody can be bought. The only person that cannot be bought on this planet is a true child of God.
True.
That means if you're not a child of God, you have a price.
Yeah. And then after I'm done, he leave. He leave, you know. Left a dead body in the house and go away. I make the children them. You know another part of it. I don't even want to talk this funny ear for nobody can believe so me even I try to give him any farmer, nothing. But you think that was a right person at the right mental capacity?
Far from it.
Could never in a right mind.
But as I said the other night, these children will never forgive him.
Never. I don't
So I'm
that.
thinking, is he just going to send the kids them to go live with them mother's family? But he has nothing to do with them. He has to raise them from afar.
I think
worse, it's a boy.
I think a 2 boy. I think the family for the mother of them done.
Yeah, at the moment.
So let me ask you a question, because this is $1 million question. If him come out of jail, can he get back custody of the children then?
If he's in good standing.
Really?
Yeah. It always goes to the other parent.
Me know that. This not look good at all.
So if he's in a sound mind, if he's sound mind, financially balanced, stable, have help at the place, he will get them.
But no, first, so yes, I get them with my father. After all of them sitting there and in confess and kill the mother, we're not going to give back a pitney them to the daddy. Yeah. Well, the government, I'm watching this case if I live long enough. Because I want to
it's next month.
Me know next
month is the big thing.
And you say how much here you say I'm going to get 5?
I said 5, but after reading up, as I said, it can be less than that.
Me still I said 20, me not change.
They're not gonna give him 20.
Let me ask everybody on YouTube, how much here you think Jarland Silvera will get? Type in the comments. At 20, me put it for, because me can't see him get less than that.
I'm saying less than 5.
That would be a slap in our face. That would be a slap in our, especially we as female. Today again, me see one other man analyze one other woman down at Clarendon, you know.
Question.
And
You remember about an incident with the lady and a gentleman who got the gentleman hit her with a gun. I think she was a nurse or something. It took place some time ago last year, where I think she was in the road and he wanted to pass. And something happened in which
yeah, man, and him step on her and step
What?
on her. Yeah, remember?
what was the outcome?
We're not hearing nothing about it again. We're not hearing nothing about it again. Nothing we're not hearing. Nothing we're not hearing. So we live under corruption and we live under our life as females in threat with the man them for kill we have.
Okay. So that literally sweep underneath the rug.
Fergie saying he's in prison, so that count toward his sentence. He will get less than 5 years and only serve couple years because them are. Me understand saying in there already, so I could have taken that from the 20 year and that would have been. I mean, there were 3 years to go now. Them are counting for 3 years. So I'm supposed to get 17 years.
Not going to happen.
Well, may I stay right there, sir? And when his verdict come, then me will just take my correction. But me nah go down and where I wanna go. Me not intend to hear that and me not want to see that.
All right, let's see what happened.
Somebody Fergie saying can also get probation for the rest of the time. What could I go so?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
So that would actually be a win for the defense, you know. In Liar Champagne. You see all of them out there run for big liar. And the liar them you see. Some of them know a judge too.
Yep. That's at work. Especially in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
They all went to the same school and they all were friends.
Mm-hmm. You know, right though, you know? Too much happening in our country though. It's too much. So Fergie, we are going. Come over on the TikTok now. Come and say something. And yeah,
Tired out, man.
oh, it look like he really tired out.
And maybe I enjoy the cold.
Oh, you talk about that. Wanna tell me how they call up America then now? We come down now, better? Johnny's John because he have a clean record as well before his situation. He won't.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, me know say your record, your terms are like how your life used to be before. That play a part into it. So that me understand. Good night, Fergie.
So good night, everyone.
What you
Good
doing?
night.
Good night. But I agree with Neo. Auntie Jen, he's not gonna get the max. He'll probably get a couple years. They may put him on probation, house arrest, and call it a day.
You know, so evil now go down in our world though.
Yeah, no, we know that. You and I, we all know that.
And these are some of the things why evil now go down. Because I'm going to tell you now, if the family really have a bad thinking about it, you know what can happen though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But you see, the thing is, he's from a very old and very powerful family, right? And he has not committed a crime prior to this, right? All of that will be taken into consideration in his character, right? He was a former member of parliament from an upstanding family. It's unfair. You see how unfair this is, right?
Yeah.
Versus that poor youth may have stolen someone's, $10, dollars which means nothing, and they're going to get the whole book thrown at them. You see how unfair the system is. It's the same thing in the U.S. It's not different. Same thing in the U.S. It's the same thing in the U.S. Because look, last year, remember in the U.S. we had the situation with that young guy who unalived that CEO. I don't know if you recall, Auntie Jen. It was a big story here in the U.S. A young guy suspected had unalived a CEO of a major healthcare company. They captured him. He's now going to be standing on trial, and he has some of the most powerful attorneys in the United States of America. And I feel he may get off.
Well,
he may actually get off.
Me know say have some powerful one like the one where they where the man there back in the days I did watch the court case there.
Johnny Cochran and what's his name?
Them man them, know so them are top liar.
Right. So it could be a little technicality that can get you off.
4-year Johnny's, wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I agree with Neo. I think it's gonna be less than 5. He's been in prison since when? 2024?
At 24? Yeah.
24, so that's 2 years served, and he may get a couple years probation.
Yeah.
I think it judge I got so foolish though.
But something is off with this, and you see, this is where
For the judge, as I said, to just hand him the manslaughter already, it don't tell us the direction it's going in.
It's exactly, Neo, because if us just simply looking at this, right, you shot her 3 times, you left for the night, like you just left, you shot her and you Popeye her, sorry, TikTok, you Popeye her, you left for the night, then come back to the next day. If you were insane, so he knew exactly what he was doing, because if you were insane, I would have said he would have stayed there. Like said, he would have just sat there in a corner, not moving, and they could say, okay, he lost his mind. He knew what he was doing. You Popeye her, and then you left. You know what you were doing. And then come back and then try to cover it up. This makes no sense. And then they turn around and say, we accept manslaughter. A guilt.
Don't talk to me.
Come on. Come on now.
So what I want to know is this. We can't understand how unfair some things is. So even when they're having it, so the children then give a statement or them going to go see their mother body, right? The court would even look into that and say, boy, this man traumatized the kids.
They would take that into account, but again, Auntie Jen, like I keep telling you, he's from a very old and very powerful family. Look at SSL. Look what they did to those guys when they so-called arrested them over the weekend.
Yeah. Then get station bail per weekend where a common man couldn't get.
Station bail. A common person is not getting station bail in a weekend. Come on.
Hey,
now.
too much right now, man. Station bail per a weekend when me couldn't get.
You wouldn't get that. You better wait till Monday.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And good luck Monday too.
Right, because they're gonna be backed up, and so it might come down to Wednesday. So you're gonna be in there the whole weekend till Wednesday.
The police they have one dirty attitude too. You see, when they did it, they never want to pay you no mind. So if your family even come there, they tell them, go sit down there and wait, and then pass you 10,000 times and not pay you no mind.
Exactly. So you see, the country still have that colonial classism in it.
Get your elite.
It's still, it is still there. It is not going away. And I mean, we have classism here in America, but our classism tends to be tied to your ethnic background, right? If you're Black or if you're Hispanic, and depending on what Hispanic you are. So ours is a little bit different. It's a little bit more complex in the U.S. But in Jamaica, it's classism. Classism 101.
Yep.
And the rich and the powerful.
Right. And I shouldn't even say rich. You have to be, not everyone who's rich, you see, that's how Jamaica is very different. So it's not that you're rich, you have to be connected. You could be rich, you can have the money, but if you're not connected, that's not going to help you.
Fact.
Okay, I know of my parents knowing certain people that crimes were committed, but because my parents knew the senior superintendent, that person was able to get a better treatment than that average young kid or that average young man who they don't know. I know that for a fact. I know a good family friend, something happened, and they were in a lockup, and my parents knew the senior superintendent. And they just put a call in, and they were like, okay, well, he went through the process. So it wasn't like he didn't go through the process. But because my parents called and vouched for him, and said, listen, he's not like this. It was a crime of passion. Like, can you not, can you just make sure he's okay? And it was a weekend, so he couldn't get bail, Auntie Jen. He couldn't get bail, but the senior superintendent made sure that he was not abused during that time period.
To him, they would have to talk to him in the morning.
Right. So you see, it's all about connections. It's all about connections down there.
So, and they apply the rules of law different to your category.
Yep. Oh yes. It doesn't apply to everyone.
And that is why in Jamaica here, you may not have known, there are certain vehicles. Once an officer see it, a police officer see it, he better not even touch it.
Interesting.
We never know.
Don't even look on it too hard. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Tell me type of vehicle and I might get one.
Basically, Auntie Jan always say you need to get a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce. Those people they will never touch.
No, it cannot. It can also be a 4x4 too.
I wish one near 4x4.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It don't really matter what type of car it is the thing that the car represents. That once they see that, they better walk out with it.
Oh.
I never know.
So Auntie Jen, when you come to America, get a Ford F-150. That's what you should get and go back to the country, go back to Jamaica with it.
I think I think the F-150 and a top of the line.
Probably not in Jamaica.
Yeah. Unless the more newer Model 1, I know.
Yeah, the newer Model 1s, they're supposed to be nice. I don't drive those, so.
I'm a type of vehicle I love, and I love every duty vehicle I sit on good on the road. And I can see way ahead of me. So it will do me well.
So Auntie
want a Hummer?
Yeah, me that do well with a Hummer. Yeah, me that do well with a Hummer.
So Auntie, get a Hummer and they won't
Yeah, they're not gonna
I'm
stop.
sure they're gonna
Honestly,
look.
they're not stop no Hummer.
Mhm.
They're not stop no Hummer.
But you see how unfair this is? Because I
Yeah.
listened to this whole Joyland case and I'm like, none of this makes any sense. Like, which judge would look at all of this evidence and turn around and say, I accept the guilty plea of manslaughter and call it a day and I'll deal with sentences? Like, how could you? How could you? You pled not guilty first. Oh, I didn't do that. And then you're like, oh, I pled guilty now. Yeah. And I'm sorry, that story about her son I don't believe that story. This goes deeper than that. We're not getting the truth.
You're not gonna talk all truth. After a woman
This
they have to
goes
defend.
completely deeper than that. There's something else that may have been said or may have been known that got him to that point. That you're going to pie the mother of your children and leave. This is what I don't get. You left. So you did what you did and you just walk out. Leaving your children there. To deal with it in the morning. Like, come on. Just that alone, I'll be like, you know what? You need to be gone. Like, come on.
But the funniest thing, you put them not ear, so they hear nothing. So one neighbor did come out and say they hear sound of the pipe. The early thing, one neighbor said. But I don't know if the neighbor want to get no evidence.
Right. But it depends on where the rooms are. Because their bedroom might be way on one side of the house and the kids might be on the other side. So the kids may not hear anything. They might have heard anything.
The kids, they should have been, at the time, there's something say one was 10 and one was 8. So one would be about 12 now and one 10.
Right, but they probably didn't hear anything because the parents' bedroom may not even be next to theirs. That's what I'm saying. There might be space in between.
That's true. I know some of them houses stay.
Yeah, a lot of those houses, the primary is on one side and everything else is on the other side. So they may not even have heard anything. Who knows? Music may have been playing that you couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
The kids may have been watching TV or video and they weren't paying attention.
No, Alethea Sterling, I think they have. I not even know me there. Because I not believe that I not think the prosecution and then I do a good
They
job.
probably didn't have Cam. Yeah, they probably didn't have Cam in the house. Yeah, they probably didn't. That's why I'm thinking people may think he may have been out of his mind. I don't think he was out of his mind. Because if you did what you did, and say the children the next morning saw like his dad sitting in the corner looking crazy and the mom is lying there, then okay, yeah, my dad lost his mind. Like something went on and he just lost it. But he left the house. And I would want to know, which house did you go to? Who did you go see?
According to him, he was in panic and run.
But where did you go? He's not sleeping on the street. He's not sleeping in his car on the street. Where did you go? So I would need to bring that person in to find out how was his mental state, what happened, how he's gonna get off.
Because
I agree with Neil. He's gonna get off.
He's supposed to put where did he go. That never in the statement. Only saying left the house and returned.
The next morning.
Yeah. He got good advice and then come back and carry through.
Yeah, because he was smiling. They show a picture of him smiling after. And I'm like, Okay, yeah, they got this. The lawyers may have said, okay, if you plead guilty to this, and this is your story, and this is your statement, they're just gonna take it, and you'll be good. You'll be all right. He may have. I agree with Neo. Neo, I agree with you. I think it's gonna be less than 5 years. He gets
That's a
as a
good
total sentence,
Mm.
and he's already served what 2 years? He's in prison. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
question, Alita Sterling. Nobody now check if you mean gonna meet now, which meet go and who mean go with. Me not understand how case I go.
Right. Alita is right. Like, these are the things that should have been asked. Like, where did you go? Who did you see? Who saw you? We need to question them as well.
Yeah, this look like a real cook-up thing. This one cook-up.
But it seems like something, I don't know if he did it or not. I mean, he claimed he did it, but I'm going to assume he did it, since he said it.
Boy,
This is deeper. Like, it's not about her blaming him for unaliving her child. Like, it's deeper than that. There's something deeper.
Now, what you think deeper?
I don't know. Maybe he was doing things that she found out about. And she may have questioned him about it. And that's where the argument may have started. It's not about unaliving a child. Like, yeah, it's deeper than that.
Yeah, another child, cause the child.
For you as a spouse to take your pai and to pai her like that, come on. And I don't think there was any evidence of them physically fighting, meaning she put up a fight with him physically.
Well, I'll have to say simply this: as educated and intelligent people, this allows us a little extra eyes into the justice system of this country.
Yep.
Come next month, we will see the true manifestation of the Jamaican legal branch and see how it fully operates. And once we see the verdict or the sentence that passed, then it gives us a better understanding of where we truly live and what choice or opportunity we have here. Because as stated, next month, when the sentence is passed, we will be discussing the matter, and then it will show us exactly as a country where we stand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Neo, you're right. Because if he gets maximum, okay, there's still faith in the country.
Yes.
If he does not get maximum, I'm sorry, Auntie Jen, there's something off.
And you know what is so funny? I know what is funny? Even though you have persons like us discussing the matter and persons do listen, what we're saying doesn't even detour or turn on what they have to do. So whatever they plan to do, they will still carry out it.
Right.
Nadi said both of them did I get born. How you get that the story, Nadi?
Both give Nardi, wow. All right. But I don't even think a bun even would equate to him trying to unalive his, like that. You would just, okay, we need to separate. Let's keep it moving.
No, I don't see that part.
There's something deeper. There's something deeper. There's something deeper. For him to do that to the mother of his children in the house that his children is living in, there's something deeper. Something else was happening, and she may have found out, and she may have confronted him right then and there, and he got whatever it was, and whatever she said, may have said, we won't know. We will never know what she said. Triggered him. And he was not crazy. He knew exactly what he was doing.
So may I ask another question? I think one other woman will take him up and marry to him.
Yes. Why not?
So let me ask all the female on the platform. Would you marry to Jarland Sylvia when he come out of
Auntie
prison?
Jen, this is not fair. You're asking these women on the platform who are educated and smart. You know very well. Come on, Auntie Jen. Come on. This is not fair. This is not these women, Nordy, Altia, all these women, they're smart. You know what the answer is gonna be. This is no, this is not fair.
So let me ask you. So
Asking,
all right.
no.
So what you want? So let me ask you a question.
Jen, let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
The truth is, even though Mr. Virgil is saying that these women are smart, I bet you at least 60% would have married him.
So yeah, so what Fergie is trying to say?
Most Jamaican women love bad man.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And he
true.
he doesn't even fit the type, right? To be that bad man, right?
Yeah, he has the money.
So now you got he got some cred.
So
He got a little street cred now.
No. So Fergie, let me ask you a question. So you're saying no sensible woman would take him up then, as somebody when not too sensible?
Right, no sensible woman would take him up. There's no way. Once they hear this story, they'll be like, yeah, we don't care who you are. Keep it moving. But a woman who may not have her senses or may be an opportunist will say, oh, wait, he got a little money? He's from this family? Oh, wait a second. I don't need to deal with divorce, child support, or any of this? Okay, no problem. And a younger one. I'm not even saying a woman of his age. So it would be a younger one. Because he's like around my age. He's in his early 50s.
Yeah, man.
So it would be someone like in their 20s and 30s. Because they'd be like, oh, in the next 10 years, he'll be old anyway, so he can't do anything. Auntie Jen, you're asking Nordy and Altie and these women on the platform is not fair. They're smart. They are not going This is not fair to ask these women who have senses to say, would you take this man up? Come on.
But no, just a say man have money and come from good family. So you know somebody on the live would maybe take him up.
Take him up. He's not an ugly man. He has the money. Yeah, they will take him up.
And where he may pie you because you said the wrong word?
Then keep on. Are you joking? I've seen some Jamaican woman where the man that they're sleeping with, trust me, has his gun right beside him and they love it.
Oh no. Oh no.
They love it.
Yeah, no, Auntie Jen, that question you should not ask on this platform. That is a question you should ask in general public for everyone. Okay?
Alright, so I should just ask a question. Just ask a question random?
Random, right. Not on this platform. These women on this platform, there's no way. Remember when we had the whole conversation of having, potential sex before marriage and all of that? And they were like, oh, no, we don't agree with Fergie. No. You can't ask these women that. No, it has to be a general. Because I am sure there would be some woman in either Trenchtown or, Tivoli or wherever. Somewhere deep rural, they have no idea who he is, but they know he got a little money. He's showing off. He's light-skinned. He's from this family. They would honestly take him up without knowing.
Well,
And then the sad part is, this is the sad part, right?
mm-hmm.
Then those same women would blame the wife for her. It's not gonna be her fault.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Panda.
It's her fault to upset him, to get him to that level. Cause why would she Auntie Jen, these are educated. Auntie Jen, you got educated people on your platform here, women and men. You can't answer those questions. You gotta ask, like, what's the girl's name on TikTok? Rosalie on TikTok. That whatever she is on TikTok, TikToker. Like her, you would have to ask.
I should have take him up.
A person like her, I'm just gonna assume she probably would take him up because he would get her out of the ghetto. Here's a little money. Obviously, he would not date her because that would not be in his caliber. But yeah, she would take him up and she would probably defend him to say, oh yeah, the wife said something. The wife shouldn't have said this. The wife shouldn't have spoke her mind. The wife shouldn't have done this. Yeah, that's what she got. That's her problem.
Betty
So they
Ann.
would defend the action.
Yeah, me know some people stay. That's true. Betty Ann asks, what is a salt covenant? Honestly, me never hear about a salt covenant yet.
I
The
never heard
only
of
way me
that
can
one.
interpret it, boy, are you gonna make one covenant for better for worse and you end up salt, you end up losing life. But me never hear about a salt covenant before. Never hear it before. I must tell you the truth. That's the only interpretation. Your plan says something would not work out and then it work out and you say, boy, I'm salt, yeah man, in a Jamaica term. Hey, now when I say the reason why me abstain from remarried, because I am scared. Afraid of Jamaica
Auntie
man.
Jenny, you know what? I agree with you. It is scary because
It's scary,
you don't
man.
know
Scary.
these people's true feelings and their true intentions. Most people, men and women, are not honest with themselves to give that what they truly are looking for, what they truly want, what they truly desire. People, they're kind of cloudy about
Carry
it.
salt for
And I don't know
covenant.
and I don't know if they know and they're just being deceptive. And that's the issue, right? You don't know if they really know what they want and what they desire, but they're being deceptive about it to get to a certain point, or they just literally don't know. They're cloudy. They're undecided.
I think they don't know.
I agree, Neo. I think a lot of people just don't know. The deceptive ones, they know.
Yeah. They never take the time out to even know themselves.
Right.
Because their life has been one in which, from school days, they try to fit in. So they have taken on the characteristic of wagonist, meaning just follow the crowd.
Crowd, yeah.
They have never self-isolated and self-reflect to say, okay, what do I like? What triggers me? What gives me peace? They have never done that. And then what even worse, the trauma continue with most of them go and get female pregnant. Only to have nothing to do with the child. Only in graduation to only give my boy that, and then another 10 years ago when he become big man, my grandson, and it's a cycle.
Yeah.
No, it is. No, Neo, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. They have no idea. And again, I always go right back to this. I know I'm beating a dead horse. It's education. They're just not educating these children.
True.
To understand the world and even understand themselves.
Yeah, but for it to work, most of the education would have to come from a father.
Right.
A father who tells his son his purpose and his daughter.
Big up.
Yeah.
Big up, Neo. Big up.
There's no such thing in the home. Mommy can't do it alone. Mommy is a nurturer. I can't call her now.
The
But that's what
nurturer,
mommy does.
Yeah, mommy's the nurturer,
Mommy
right?
doesn't fully know to discipline fully because she don't want to be on the bad side, and if she even do that, she still come around, so it causes confusion.
Yeah.
Right.
Boy, don't move from there. So, but then, so one plate of food, yeah, man, sure.
Yes, yes. Mothers are yes, yes. That's the
Daddy
mother's
would never do
nature.
that. Daddy would tell you to sit down and tell, tough it up. No boy go do something and go to bed. And you end up still loving daddy for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Because even my parents, I look at my parents. I had both my parents till they passed on, and my mother was the tough one. She was tough. She cussed. My mother was a cusser. She was a fighter. She is the bad woman. And my father was very principled and highly regarded. And I can tell you, I appreciated both how they raised me, right? My mother knew when to be tough and when not to be tough because she knew me as a child. She knew all of us, and she knew that. My father may not have known everything, but he instilled certain things. There were certain things that he instilled in me. This is what you need to do, and this is how you do it, and this is what I expect of you, right? Mommy would give a little latitude to a certain degree until she gets mad, and then she just goes crazy.
Yeah.
But I think that's all Jamaican mothers. They give you a little latitude they're like, okay, I'm not giving you any more latitude. I'm gonna go crazy on you.
Yeah.
but
Boy, how much time I have to talk to you? I kill you. Because I make me feel like boy, I talk to you this morning about the same thing.
Right. That's what mothers will do. My father never said that to me. He never said that.
Whoop. Done.
He just called my name. This is what I want you to do, and this is how I expect you to do it. And I'm like, okay, and I'm good. Her, oh yeah, I get a latitude. Okay, I could do this, and then I do something wrong, and then it's like the cussing, and then it's like, okay. Then she passes the cussing, now it's the beating. It's like, okay, you can't listen, now you're gonna feel. And I'm like, but I don't understand. You just gave me latitude to do this. But I did this, but I guess I went too far in doing that thing that you just had enough, and now I'm getting a beating. While him, it was very clear. It was like, I don't want you to do this. I need for you to listen to me, and you need to stop what you're doing right now. And it's like, okay, I got it. So there's a difference. There's a difference between the mothers and the fathers. There's a clear difference between the two.
true. Me not say Mansa from where there. Me never see him send me no message or nothing. Me not hear from Mansa. I want to go on to Mansa. Mansa, if you hear, if you send me a message, let me know if you're alright. Me not really see you. Generally, we even send me one little message on TikTok and me not see him at all. Me not understand that.
If Mansa's in the Northeast like myself, he's probably frozen because it's
So me ask you,
so cold.
it's still cold?
Today, so this it's sad for me to say this. So today was 32 degrees, so it's 0 degrees Fahrenheit in Jamaican terms. That was better than Saturday and yesterday, or even. Like Saturday, I couldn't come on. I couldn't do anything. I was just in my bed. I'm just frozen. I'm just cold. And I have my heat up. So I have my heat at 74 degrees in New York City, which I'm paying an astronomical heating bill. Okay. My last bill, I paid well over $500 for the month because it has been so cold in the north. It's just been crazy cold. So today we got to 32 degrees, which actually, sadly, I think I've gotten so used to the cold that it actually felt normal. I walked outside. I'm like, okay, I'm not in 3 layers and a coat and a scarf and a glove. I'm like, yeah, it's been cold. It's been cold, and the Northeast, we haven't had this kind of cold in the last 10 years. It's like every 10 years, this section, we get like this crazy snow and cold. That's the issue. We had this big snowstorm 3 weeks ago, which we still have mounds of snow because it can't melt. It's been cold ever since. So if man says up this end, he's probably like done. He's like me. It's like you get home, you're tired. You got to fight the cold. It's a lot. It tires you out. Funny enough, it tires you out. Like you get home. I'm sitting on the subway going home tonight, and I literally nearly fell asleep. And I'm watching TikTok. Like I'm watching TikTok videos, and my eyes like doze, and I shook myself up to wake up. I'm like, oh no, I can't fall asleep on this. I think it's just not a good place to fall asleep. But wasn't Massa here like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, but I don't notice. I see him couple of. I see him.
He might be in the Northeast like myself. Mansa is probably like frozen.
Well, this is where we'll leave the show for tonight. One off is saying at the closing.
Nothing much. I agree with Neo. Neo, I agree with you. I think this whole case with Joylan Silvera is going to be less than 5 years. He may even serve a year in jail.
I hate it.
But to be
Stop
honest
it.
with you,
You know something I like here. It's on. It's on.
I know Auntie Jen, but he has powerful attorneys. They know what they're doing. They know the law. And I feel he may get less than 5 years. He already served like 2 years in prison. That counts towards it. So he may have 1 year in prison with good behavior. He gets off on probation. Yeah, and call it a day. It doesn't sound good. It's not good. I don't think it's good because obviously there's more to it that we know of. But yeah, that's how it works when you're wealthy and powerful. And you're from that old family. You're not Joylan. The Silvera name goes deep in St. Mary. They're a Portuguese family from St. Mary. So they're old, powerful family. And yeah, they're not going to make one of the old, powerful families go down like that.
Yeah.
My 2 cents is emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind.
You might
Truth
not-
of it all is,
You might give me
when we
copyright.
wait until next month, whatever happened, it gives us more clarity
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
state of Jamaica.
yeah.
And
That's-
thus, as persons living here, we will now better understand our country
Yeah.
and the state it is in for.
And you know what's going to happen now too? More people are going to start plea. More
It doesn't work like that for everyone. Auntie Jen, that
Yeah,
doesn't work for everyone. Only certain people will work for.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
The
Really?
judge is the one who is, you just don't ask and get it just like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Neo is right. Neo is right. It doesn't work for everyone the same way. Again, there goes the inequality that people don't see.
You know where
Right? So if an ordinary guy goes for a plea, why didn't Noel Maitland? He can't go for a plea. Who is he?
him never now go for no plea and still want hold on to denial.
Yeah,
And-
but even if he went for it,
and
he
the
wouldn't
truth-
get the plea.
And truth being, he may actually not be the one who do it, but because he help cover it up.
Right. So you see what I mean? You see the difference? There you
But
have
him not ask
someone.
for a plea, so we can't put that with the same case.
True, true,
Him not ask for
true.
a plea. Him deny it up to the end, so him not guilty. And I think him right. But at the end of the day, him help cover it up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Me still hold it firm, so na him do the act.
I agree. Auntie Jen, I agree. I don't think he did the actual act,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he knows who did.
He know,
And that's the
and him a
issue.
cover for who do it. And a help to get rid of evidence and stuff. That's where he go wrong. So him have to bear the penalty for that.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right, Fergie. Have a good night. I hope you keep
All right,
warm.
good
And
night.
Nia, bless up
Yeah, you
yourself. Thanks
guys
for
too as
joining in,
well.
Nia. I don't know, me have to come on a man, so that's why me go on my bed early. That's me can go drop asleep.
I'm going right to bed right now because I have an early morning meeting.
Good night,
So,
love. Good
Yeah,
night.
good
Good night.
night.
Good night,
everyone.
Good
Good
night.
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 Good night,
Bye.
Fergie.
Bye.
Good night.
All right. Good night, Nadi, Norman, Taylor. Good night. Colleen, good night. Betty and all of you, everybody, good night. Bless upon yourself if it's the will of God, and we sleep and wait for see a morning. If it's God's will, we'll be back on at 7 a.m., right? So have on yourself a great night. Until we meet again. I am your girl, Auntie Jen. Catch you the next time. Bye.